Hey, so it's time for one of my irregular series, which is looking at the raspberry of the month or the turkey of the month. So the comic that really made me cringe and go, made me think, why do I read comics? So this month's is Almost Dead. It's from Ablaze. It's by a writer called Galaxy, never heard of them, and an artist called Ryan Benjamin, who I've read a lot of stuff, I think in the 2090s. He did quite a bit for Wildstorm, if I remember rightly. And he used to be a really good artist, like the cover on there is quite good. I thought, oh, it's going to be quite good, this. I was wrong. The cover, like I said, is fantastic. The artwork on the inside, though, very mid. But it's not the art that does my head in. The writing is atrocious. It's almost like they've been given the notes from the writer and they've included the notes as well as the things that they want to put in the comic. For example, so it's basically about a zombie outbreak and it just jumps all over the place. So it's about this woman here. She ends up in an airport. There's somebody scrolling on the wall, but the dialogue, right? So it's awful. Like, so in like a thought box, it's good to be back, and then she looks at her phone and she goes, still low bars. None of my messages have gone through. And then she's got in a thought box again. I should have called Uncle Owen and check if he's at home. I know it's a surprise, but ... Can't wait to see his face when I surprise him. So trying to make it sound natural, but it's not. It's so clunky. And then she looks at her sign, which says, "I love the annual fireworks show," and it says 2005 Baltimore 4th of July, but it doesn't say fireworks show. It says fireworks show. So they can't even get the fine details correct. That might be nitpicking, but it's quite a big thing because it's not like you can't see it. So this turns out this guy's a zombie, of course. But it's the dialogue, like the people confront him and go, "Sir, are you okay?" Nobody says stuff like this, or "Mister, you're bleeding. Stop, please. Stop bleeding." And then this woman says again, "Please calm down, mister." It's as if it's written by a 10-year-old. And then passerby saying, "You see the blood? What the f-" So don't just go, "What the f-" There's quite a few "what the f" in this. Oh, and say, "What the hell?" And then, "Sir, you need to stop." "Stop what?" "Sir, back away, calm down." "Sir, this is your last warning. Back up, sir. He looks crazy." It's just, it's shite. But I was laughing all the way through because it is so bad. And so she's in the bathroom, washing her face, and she looks in the mirror, but it's even worse than how people criticise Tom King. As she's looking in the mirror, a box comes up saying, "Sarah sees her younger self in the mirror." Oh. So, of course, you think it's going to be a flashback. So, yeah, there's a flashback. But just if you were a bit stupid, you didn't understand that last panel, it says in a box on the flashback, she has a flashback from her childhood. That's what I mean. It sounds like they've got the writer's notes and they've included his notes as well for the panels. And it's the dialogue. "Is this our new home, Sarah?" "Yes." "Can I stay in your room tonight?" "I will always protect you, Jake." And then she looks at this spooky book and she goes, "What is that? So old. Did my uncle draw this?" I lost 5 minutes, 10 minutes of my life reading this shit. And then it flips back to the present day and she hears something. And then she goes, "Aye!" She falls on the floor and bangs her head. And she flashes back to what looks like Aztec times. And there's no rhyme or reason for why this happens. And it turns out she's in with the bodies and the cut in her head. And then she comes to. Okay, so there she is on the floor. Look at her feet, 2 shoes. Great. So she's got 2 shoes on that panel. But it's like they realise, oh no, she's only meant to have 1 shoe. So she's got 1 shoe then, because later on, she goes, "What happened? Got to get my phone." In, again, the... sorry, I've got this on the pedestal. I've got shaky hands today. Oh God, hold on. So later on, in that same page, she goes, "Why is my left pump not on my foot? I just had it on." It makes no sense. It makes no sense whatsoever. It doesn't add to the story or anything. It's just random bits of speech. And then she goes, "Damn, screen is cracked, battery's dead." And it turns out she's been unconscious for 3 days, but we only find out later on through the little boxes. And so everybody's a zombie now. All the zombie noises. And so this is the craziest bit. This is where it's just lazy writing. They don't even check what they've written or what the plot is. She goes, "All the cars are abandoned. I have to get home. Is there a power outage? I need to go. I've been walking around the airport for hours. Everyone is gone. Dawn car won't start. It's empty. Ugh, my head." So she tries that car. It doesn't work. All these cars are empty. And it says in a box, where the car's running until they run out of gas. I feel dizzy. Ugh. And she says, "I'm going to try one more." So she tries this pink car. "Please have gas." Yes! Woo! So she drives on a bit, and the woman bashes onwards to let her inside. And she goes, keeps switching to third person with her. "Sarah is still dazed and confused from her fall in the bathroom, looking straight in the woman's face with no emotion, nothing at all, no reason to open the door either." Oh, compassion maybe that's why he opened the door. And the woman gets ripped apart, blah blah blah. But this is the thing that tops it off for me. So she carries on driving in this pink car. Remember, it's a car she found randomly. She tried loads of cars, if you remember. Hold on. I'm sorry about this. I've still got fatigue, so I get shakes. Yeah, so she finds her uncle's house. And she gets out of the car, but this is the best bit. Remember, it was a car she found randomly. But the dialogue now says, "I can't believe they gave me this crappy rental." They didn't give it you, darling. You just helped yourself to this car to try other cars that didn't work. Oh my fucking God. This makes Power Girl, what I slagged off last time, a masterpiece. It makes it Shakespeare. It makes it something on par with Alan Moore. This... she keeps on... So there's a whole page where she's trying to get into this house. And then another page of it, and then she collapses on the floor again. And that's it. This is the biggest waste of time. It cost me £3.15 or whatever. I've paid for it. I've read it, so you don't have to. Do not buy this comic. And it's a shame because Blaze normally do really good European comics, but this is obviously an American one. I don't know if the Galaxy is American, if it's Canadian or something, but it's piss poor. It's a piss poor comic. Makes no rhyme, no reason. Just avoid. So this is the turkey of the month, the raspberry of the month, whatever you want to call it. And my next video, if my body stops shaking, I'll be looking at a comic, what gave me so much joy this month. It was the biggest surprise ever. It was a comic I wasn't going to buy, so I've got 2 issues of it. Because I've decided I wasn't going to buy it originally. So you'll find out what that is on the next one, because I'm waffling now. Okay, bye.